We are currently losing an estimated 27,000 species of animal annually. And if we continue at the rate that we're going right now, we will lose a third of all species on the face of the earth. I want to make people aware of environmental issues so that they can decide for themselves whether they want to be environmentally cautious or conscious or not. I'm a biology major, and I also enjoy studying earth science and geology. Um, I feel that some people don't really concern themselves with the environment because they feel that it's not really, uh, it's not really, uh, it doesn't affect them in any way. So they don't really consider the effects of uh, of the environment and what we're doing basically to the environment. So basically, I think that if we can put it in terms so that people, because a lot of people are concerned about the well-being of their family. So maybe if you talk about how environmental changes might affect their family in the future, then maybe it would help people to become more environmentally conscious. Um, Today, I'm going to talk about non-renewable resources and the lack therefore of uh, thereof for future generations. Uh, we can begin by discussing the facts about resource depletion. Um, why is beneficial to switch to more environmentally friendly resources? Uh, we are rapidly depleting our reserves of fossil fuels, and basically, fossil fuels are not very good because they produce some really nasty byproducts when burnt, such as CO2. A lot of CO2 buildup in the atmosphere can cause climate change. Um, One of the solutions to this problem is biofuels, basically running diesel engines off of other things that burn cleaner and leave less byproduct or residue after being burnt. Also, hybrids and flex fuel vehicles to basically cut down on the consumption of fossil fuels. Uh, Coal and other minerals are also being depleted. A large portion of the United States, our electricity is coal generated. So basically, we burn coal to produce electricity, and a lot of times it's dirty coal. And coal is a non-renewable resource. So when we run out of coal, we run out of the way that we produce electricity. So we need to consider that. Another invaluable resource is water, and uh, we need to help try to conserve water. Um, One thing is that the aquifers are drying up, and when aquifers dry up, it's not good because they compress in on themselves basically from the ground. Compressing, and so basically when the dirt is compressed, they don't hold as much water anymore. So when you deplete an aquifer of water, you almost ruin it in a way. Um, the amount of water that we pump out of aquifers far exceeds the amount of water that's going into aquifers from rainfall. Water is a non-renewable resource. There's as much water on the earth as there was about 4 billion years ago. So basically, when we pollute water, we're just making it more difficult for ourselves in the future to unpollute the water so that it's usable to us or for our future generations. Um, it is important to keep these simple principles in mind when thinking about future generations, ensuring that resources and clean air exist for future generations. I think that everybody should have the right decide whether they want to breathe clean air and drink clean water. And basically, the lifestyle that we're living right now is not sustainable, and we're basically making it. We're basically taking the right away from people to decide whether they want to breathe clean air or not by polluting all the air. Uh, Ultimately, if we do not change our ways, we will basically will get to a point where the effects are irreversible. So, in conclusion, I hope that some stuff that I said maybe will make you think about maybe recycling or basically anything that you can do to cut down your carbon footprint and be a little bit more environmentally cautious. So, and think about future generations. Thank you.